There, skinny girl, in case no one has ever told you, being skinny is going to save you so much money, okay? In this video, we're going to be exploring why being skinny is economical, and it's one of the things that will really save you money in life. So stay tuned if you want to know all about that. Let's keep it in mind throughout this video that I do not make any of these rules. This is basically society, and what I can do and what I tend to do when I come to speak here is really share my experiences as a skinny girl, the things that I've experienced, and what I think people in the same situation as me are likely to experience. So keep that in mind throughout this video. Without further ado, let's get into why being skinny and having skinny privilege is economical. If you are skinny, you probably do not eat as much or overindulge like a lot of people, and I'll explain myself. Okay, before you eat me up and say lots of skinny girls tend to eat a lot, let me remind you that eating a lot is subjective. And I used to think that I ate a lot till I spent time around certain people, and I realized like the way people eat and it's quite different from the way I eat. And like many people snack a lot and they basically spend more on food than I do, and I'm very like organized and I plan every single thing I eat. It's not really because I try to be skinny, but I think it's one of the habits that keep me skinny. I do this because of my health. First, I want to know everything that goes into my body. I want to reduce sugar intake. I want to make sure my gut is fine. And so because I care about these things, I tend to be a bit more cautious about just eating lots of snacks, and it just doesn't feel good to me personally to have lots of snacks or lots of any kind of substance or anything at all in my system. Too much of anything is not good. If it doesn't feel good, you won't catch me like overeating, overindulging, and most of the time it doesn't feel good anyway, so I just do not do it. And like, you know, that would save you a lot of money as a skinny girl. That has personally like saved me money because I don't spend a lot snacking and all that. If I'm going to eat out, it has to be like quality. It has to be something that actually tastes good. I need to go to like a proper restaurant and, you know, a nice place where I know like the food is good, the food is quality, and it's not junk, and eat. I've noticed like lots of people like order like lots of KFC and Mickey D's and all that, and I have nothing against that, to each their own, but I'm just saying like being a skinny gal, you're probably, and accepting yourself for that's the bigger thing, in a healthy way, you're probably saving yourself so much money, and you're being economical in accepting who you are and sticking to your meal prep plans and sticking to your routines with eating and all of that. This also extends to other things like overindulging in anything at all. Many people that gain weight easily, they tend to overindulge in alcohol. Some indulge in like drugs that make them like, you know, want to eat a lot. And this also could tie into society's thing of wanting people to be a certain way. So many people have been told, oh, you're too skinny growing up, and so they start overindulging all the substances that make them prone to like eat a lot, and then, you know, they end up with addictions and even bigger problems, and they spend lots on these substances as well, and so that's not economical. So accepting who you are, doing what you can to stay healthy, eating healthy, and just accepting your weight as being skinny, very economical, my dear, very economical. So I'm definitely an advocate for that. Just to rewind again, like I know lots of people say like, oh, she eats as much as I do, but they forget all the snacking in between that the skinny person probably doesn't do. And while I'm not yet to judge anyone, I'm just yet to point out how that can be more economical if someone is skinny. The next one is definitely a very huge one, okay? And stay tuned to the end, because the ones at the end, I think they tie up everything together, and you know, we'll get there. Anyway, the second one I'm going to highlight now is like accepting yourself as a skinny girl, and just being skinny actually would save you lots of money in terms of like not wanting to do surgeries and not wanting to like, you know, get certain procedures done. So 2024, we had this mass number of stories of bad BBLs, bad boob jobs, bad all sorts, and like, you know, just accepting yourself for who you are and not going to do these procedures because you've been told you have to look a certain way. I think even if people are doing this for the opposite sex or doing this to be seen a certain way, I think there's a lead for every cup, or there's a lead for every pot rather. So like your people will be attracted to you anyway, be it like friends, be it like, you know, relationship or whatever. So I do not think people should go to extremes of course, like, I don't have anything against surgery. If you have the money and you are wealthy, definitely go for it. I've seen like very nice surgeries done. I've looked at Patricia Bright. She looks stunning. Like, do you know what I mean? So like, by all means do it, but people are going for these cheaper alternatives that cost them some money that they don't necessarily have, and also puts their life at risk, right? It can be a lot. I know when society kind of puts pressure on you in terms of like trends and all that, but choosing to look away will actually save you so much more money. And this is why being skinny, or accepting yourself and embracing being skinny, would save you like loads of money and is economical in this way. Okay, so imagine like the 5k and the 10k and the 20k you spent on, or you would have spent on a procedure, going to the down payment of a property, or just like into investments, and you know, keeping that for yourself just because you haven't played into what society thinks you should look like. That would save you a lot more money, wouldn't it? Third one is actually one that is really underrated, and I'm going to link my last video up there, because there I expressed myself and said how, you know, I've stayed the same dress size for the past like 6 years or even more, and that saved me so much money because I don't need to like, I can, each time I buy a new dress or a new clothes or whatever, I'm only adding more to my collection. I don't have to do, you know, a revamp of my entire wardrobe. I don't need to change my entire wardrobe because my dress size has gone up. So like, staying the same dress size for years when you haven't like obviously been pregnant or gone through any major life changes, that is such a big deal, and that is such an underrated way to save money. So like, honestly, the economics of being skinny, top notch. So if you are currently skinny and you know you can accept yourself for who you are in this way, you would save money in terms of like clothes and all sorts, maybe even shoes, because like sometimes when you add lots of weight, your feet will get wider and all that. You're going to save so much money accepting yourself rather than just being, you know, pushed by society and going to add weight in a way that is unhealthy. This fourth one, this is where I said, oh, things will start tying into each other. I'm going to start with a story time of when myself and my friend, we went to Portugal, and we literally got approached by lots of people that, myself and my best friend basically have the same stature. We got approached by lots of people who thought we were models on holiday. Mind you, we both work in healthcare and we both have serious jobs, but people seem to think we are models just because of, you know, our stature. We got people coming to talk to us and talking to us a certain way because they just assume that we were models. And you know, I'm 5'6.5", my best friend's taller, she's like 5'8" or something. So anyway, people just thought we're models, and that made a difference in how they talk to us. It's a good sort of social strategy in that sense, even though we were not looking to use it as that. It was sort of a social strategy because like, and this ties into some things I've actually been approached for in real life. You may be approached for things as because people think, oh, you fit into that model category even though you're not a professional model, and then they may ask you to sit for stuff. They may ask you, you may get lots of stuff for free, or you may get lots of things at a discounted price, or you may just get offered things that lots of people don't get offered. Don't get me wrong, I know that there are models of other like shapes and sizes and all of that, but now I am talking about skinny girls and the skinny community, and why it may be good to stay the way you are rather than like, you know, going to do something unhealthy like I've been saying throughout this video. So yeah, as I was saying, it's very, 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 very important to accept yourself for who you are if you're a skinny girl, because you never know, people in society, there is connotations in places like Europe that where people think, oh, like they put you in a certain category if you are skinnier, and like you may just be approached for more opportunities. There's no easier or there's no easier or harsher way to say this. It is what it is. In certain communities as well, people of certain sizes, they get preferential treatment. Like, you know, in Lagos, everybody loves their BBL baddies now. So anyway, it is what it is. We know what it is with different societies, and yeah, the game is the game. I'm only here to tell the rules, so appreciate yourself for who you are, because in different parts of the world, you know, people appreciate you, and it's just important to embrace who you are and don't rush into making decisions that would actually cost you much money and will reduce advantages that you would have had otherwise. Okay, and this last one is a little bit controversial and it's kind of related to the fourth one. I do not make the rules again, and I don't even think this one is about men, but people see you as a part of more like an exclusive community, more like the old money chic status. This is because like people in that community, they tend to police their women to stay a certain weight or a certain stature for many reasons that can be traced back to, like, you know, all sorts from time past. Men wanting their partners to look like skinny and super, you know, some kind of way, so they can look like, you know, bigger and, you know, more like a protector or whatever. There are many reasons for that, whatever, but not even like linking this directly to men, but saying that even when you're trying to make friends, like, there are people that are trying to make friends with you. This can be very shallow, by the way, and you should definitely vet people, and this is not a good way to make people your friends. But because you are skinny, they would want to be friends with you, and for some people in certain communities, being their friend may come with certain opportunities or certain like social type opportunities. You may choose to accept that or not, but I'm just saying, like, being skinny would provide you or present you with some of this opportunities. So definitely this is something for you to know if you're skinny, and that may save you money. Like, you may get invited somewhere for free rather than paying money. You may get certain advantages. Essentially, it kind of ties into the fourth one, really. If you've experienced this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So like I said, not necessarily about men, but even about like making female friends, or just generally friends, or even like within your career, people looking at you a certain way. Like if you work in the fitness industry, for instance, people may look at you as a more disciplined person as well. So like this may bring in more opportunities for you, because we know what it is. Your network is your net worth. Yeah, and we've come to the end of this video on the economics of being skinny. I hope you've gained something from this. If this resonates with any of your experiences, let me know in the comment section. I'll be reading, and I would see you in my next video as always.